On the air, episode 159. Slate.
Wow! Look at this live studio audience. We're live from the Lock 100 Studios in sunny San Diego, California. On the air is on the air. I'm Sully. That's Little Tommy. That's Mary. That's the on the air man. And look at this live studio audience here today. Oh my God. My gosh. Man. Give a hand for the band, the on the air band up there, who looks very familiar, like another band in San Diego. Look at this. Are you a little sweaty? You're shaky a little bit? You okay?
Happy New Year.
How's breaking in?
It was great. I feel like we haven't seen each other in about 6 weeks.
I know. It's been a long time.
But
Yeah, feels like 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Underwater.
But I am looking forward to 2025.
What are you looking forward to specifically, Tommy?
Doing more shows.
How many shows? How many years? We've been doing this for 4 years now.
This is our 6th.
6th year.
We're going in.
Like I said, it seems like 10 minutes underwater.
And we average 30 a year.
That's pretty good. It's a
Yeah.
good gig if you can get it.
Yes.
We are the #1 variety show in San Diego in Southern California.
Hey.
I couldn't name a single other variety show in San Diego.
I was going to say, who are we up against?
We have a very special show.
Yes.
Today. It's going to be musically inclined. I heard you talk about him singing the song later.
Yeah, maybe. We're lucky.
I know you're unprepared, as usual. And maybe you could do a classic rock song.
I'd rather,
Okay.
you know what, instead of me, how would you like to hear Sully do a song?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm unprepared. Speaking of Sullivan, though, we've got some dates coming up. Mary, why don't you talk about that?
May 2nd, Beach Life Festival.
Wow, that's a big
this
one.
lineup
That's a
just
big
came
show.
out. Wait, it's a great festival. Lenny Kravitz is headlining.
We're basically opening for Lenny Kravitz.
We're opening for Lenny Kravitz.
Well, if he
Pretty
plays
awesome.
after me.
And Diggable Planets. Anybody Diggable Planets fans?
Yeah.
Has anybody ever heard the
band.
word Diggable Planet?
Maybe. Yes, see, Paul's with me. Paul's with me.
Paul Gomez, of course, who helped create the brand Quicksilver and Hurley, would know everything.
Yes.
It's cool. However,
So Sullivan's playing May.
well, but here's
2nd.
how I figure. And Rick, you can tell me, Rick DeVos, our manager, if I play before a big act, I can just say I'm opening for him, right? Regardless of what it says? That's it. Okay. So I'm opening for U2, who's
Yes.
playing in November.
Redondo Beach Life Festival. Those tickets just went on
Okay,
sale.
good. And we're also playing at Fiesta del Sol this year in San Diego.
Yeah, either May 31st or June 1st. We're not
Will you
sure
come
which day
help
yet.
announce stuff?
Yeah.
Mary and I
It's
did.
not announced yet, but that's okay.
Mary and I
It's
announced the
between us.
Battle of the Bands at Belly Up here just recently.
Yeah, and one of the bands is actually here.
There they are.
Yeah,
Sonic Nectar.
Sonic Nectar.
Sonic Nectar.
The reason I invited them here is I wanted them to meet Darren Gearely because I think these guys would be a great support band or opening band for Darren Gearely. Okay?
And Darren Gearely, I believe, plays an event on January 31st. Where do you guys play January 31st?
Music Box.
Oh,
All right,
awesome.
Darren.
There they are. Look at them.
Look at those guys.
Will you guys play later? You guys play a song? Yeah, we play. All right. Well, some of my favorite guys. We met, I don't know how long ago we met, but man, it's been great. You guys have been the most featured band on this program, except for, of course, myself and Tommy. However, Darren Gearely going to come up. You'll do a song or two?
We got a couple songs for you.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's start the show.
All right. You ready? Let's bring out our first guest.
Ladies and gentlemen, the legendary Dave Rickards.
Dave Rickards, boy, DSC, Dave Shelley and Chainsaw, the Dave Rickards podcast, iconic broadcast professional here in San Diego.
Dawn Patrol.
And you are as relaxed as I've ever seen you in the 30 some odd years we've known each other.
I'm not under contract anymore.
That's what that look is.
What's that?
That's what that look is.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Do I look different? Oh, all right, well.
You know, I know that you got, for many years, people asking you about waking up early.
Yeah.
Because DSC was always, early
How do
morning.
you wake up?
Now?
Well, no.
Yeah, what time do you
but
wake
that's the
up?
difference now, because that was one of the things when you and I talked about you retiring, is what you were looking forward to most, is
Yeah.
sleeping.
Yeah.
Sleeping into 7 a.m.
I do. That's it. 7 o'clock. I mean, I put in a good 2 weeks of sleeping till 9, And then that fell apart. My dogs wake me up at 7. You know what happened is the dumbest thing. The minute I quit doing radio, my wife decided that she's got to be a gym rat and get up at 4:30 or 5 o'clock and go to the gym every morning. So we went like this. I had this fantasy of us being able to sleep in every day, and she screwed it up by getting fit. So.
But with social media, you're not really gone. You know, like 20, 30 years when someone retired, they were gone. But with you, I see you all the time. I follow you on social media, so you're still there.
I am. Well, we've got this goofy podcast that we're doing now, which you're going to hear, which is not my idea. I have nothing to do with this. I'm just a pretty face that shows up. So.
Well, and when we hear podcast,
Yeah.
is that, so podcasting, when you and I were beginning in radio many years ago, you heard about these podcasters, and it was just podcasting was for people who didn't make it in broadcasting.
Losers.
Right, exactly right. Well, look at mister, just because you had a fast car doesn't mean you can drive NASCAR. Just because you have a microphone in front of your face doesn't mean you, but now it is almost a preferred method of mass communicating.
Well, having been a guy who does both, and I love radio. You and I have had long late night talks about radio.
Yeah.
And I love radio.
Yeah.
Love it. And I know you love radio too. Always will, always be grateful. But podcasting's a little more fun.
Really?
Yeah.
This is difficult to explain, and I know that you, because of being in radio, terrestrial radio for many years, when you do live radio, there's a different feel than when you tape to play live radio.
Yep.
And I can't explain what that is. I don't know why it feels different. Thankfully, because of you guys in the audience here, when we tape this show, it still feels live.
Yep.
But when you're taping for something, and is that part of the difference for you?
That's a huge thing. And again, you're absolutely right on. We, the performers, cannot put into words what the difference is. I think there's just a tightrope feeling.
Baby?
There's no net.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe
There's
that's
no
exactly.
net. And so doing live radio definitely is an adrenaline rush that cannot be matched.
Yeah.
However, and I don't know how much you know about this because you've always been a rogue guy. You never let yourself get under the handcuffs of corporate broadcasters.
I felt I was a good pet to have around because I ran an investment bank where I don't give, by the way, let's just put this out there. I love all your emails. I don't give financial advice. I'll tell you what I would do. I typically was on the public company side. But I never actually got hired by a single radio station in this town.
And I don't know what you did, what kind of magic you do.
I cut the greatest deal. So on Kogo, Kogo Radio for 25, I'm still on Kogo. And I never signed a contract even one time.
Yeah.
What I did was I figured out, actually, I beg your pardon. When I first got on AM 1130 KSDO back in the day, they paid me XYZ dollars. And I realized, of course, as a business guy, how many sponsors I got? What are they paying per sponsor? I remember asking you, what's it per hour? For
And I was like, I don't know.
So I started figuring it out, and I said, wait a second. I said, I'll do the show for free. Let me sell my own sponsors. And that's how, at the end of the day, I gave away my stuff, and I got to have my own sponsors.
Which is brilliant.
But it was a rogue thing. But at the same time, I slipped under the mat there.
But that was the right way to do it. That's the smart business way to do it. And then you combined the fact that you had a radio talent, a show that no one else could do. You were talking about the boringest business stuff ever, but making it interesting. That's why I used to have you on my show, because things that I didn't understand, you'd come on and explain to me in 5 seconds, then I'd get it. And no one else could do that, and you were the only one doing it.
Although a guy named Gabriel Wisdom,
Oh, Gabe.
Right?
he made it.
The King Biscuit
listenable.
Flour Room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, everything Gabe said was
Wisdom.
wrong. So,
But wait a second. The difference was another radio guy, and his name was Russ T. Nails. We were called the first year Business with a Barroom Slant, or Not Your Father's Business Show. And it's the same thing that you guys do, and you guys have done for years in terms of engaging an audience. It's you don't try to go to the lowest common denominator or the highest common denominator. You just talk from your heart and make people understand what you're trying to, like for you, remember the human flag you did?
Yeah.
How many people were out there?
We needed 5,000 people to make a flag.
And that was secondary.
Yeah, we
why
needed
did you do? But why did you do it?
We did it for the Persian Gulf War in '91, and then for 9/11.
Okay, well,
But we needed 5,000, but we didn't get 5,000.
What I would argue,
many did
though,
you get?
was you got 15,000 or something?
50,000.
50,000.
Whoa.
But it was the wise. It was always the wise.
You hear that, Rickards? We got
Right.
50,000.
I was there.
I know.
I was part of the poll.
Yeah.
It wasn't as sexy.
I was the tip of a star.
But you guys made it relatable. I mean, as someone that grew up listening to you, You made it relatable, and you made us want to listen to you and sit in our cars, like you always say, and hear what the next thing is, and I'm crying or I'm laughing, and I feel like I'm part of your family.
Yeah, for Inside Baseball, the real key to radio is when someone walks up and says, "I can't tell you how many times I sat in my driveway waiting for you to come back and talk."
Right.
It was the art of the tease.
Ultimate
right?
compliment.
So do you have that in podcasting?
So podcasting, what's different about that is pretty much all podcasters are almost all their own bosses. So you don't have to deal with corporate stuff that so many radio people have had to deal with. And, you aren't restricted to what you can say and what you can talk about. It's the Wild West in podcast.
There's a couple F-bombs on your show. I was listening. I'm like, oh, I forgot you weren't radio. That
That guy knows how to swear.
Yeah,
Well,
he does.
Do you know
The first 30 seconds of your latest podcast, you say the F-bomb.
I'd pay good money for you to say it right now. Come on, Dave. Say it. Yes, we're taped. Can I also say that during this without a net sort of thing remember the reason that we had all of the rules and such back in the day was because they had diaries, and we got paid by how many people they thought were listening.
Yeah.
Okay, and that would be called a ratings model. There would be ratings. Now it's is what's called a revenue model, whereby the amount of availability you're out there in. In other words, with Big Biz Show, and one of our next guests, Mike Costa, who's on with Mary and I are on Big Biz Show that Russ and I have been doing forever. But it's not about how many people are watching or listening. It's about how many people are available, or that we're making the show available to. And that's a whole different story, which means that it's still the Wild West in terms of capital, in terms of money, in terms of advertising, in terms of getting paid.
Yeah.
And that's why you see, I think you and I are in the green room. He and I just found out today that Conan O'Brien doesn't just have Conan O'Brien Radio, but he owns about 17 other podcasts because it's a
Big podcast that many people here probably listen to. I just found out Conan is the Ozman behind the curtain who's running all these shows.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Well, who's the brains behind all the distribution of it? Would that be our next guest?
Oh, yeah.
Is
it's
it-
not me.
All right, let's
Bring her out.
Let's talk about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, a radio veteran turned charcuterie queen. Give it up for Shauna Moran-Brown.
Good to see you. You were always our boss. You were always upstairs.
He was my
Always-
boss.
Well, that was my title, but I don't know if I really bossed you guys around.
But now you're on air.
I am.
Was there ever a time that you were behind the microphone until now?
No, this was it, really. I am not, I am coming out of my skin right now because I am behind the scenes kind of girl.
But the Dave Rickards podcast, you are very much a piece of that on air.
With the Dave Rickards?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not just the behind the scenes person anymore.
Yeah. Well, it's much more comfortable because we don't have a live audience like we do right now. And it's just the three of us, and Dave is just the master. So he makes everything very comfortable, as far as conversation goes.
I'm so happy you're here. I haven't seen you in a while. As a matter of fact,
know.
the last time I saw you was when you fired me.
Yeah.
You're welcome, San Diego.
Thank you. Thank you.
Two questions. Number one, how do you fire iconic people? Because you guys in that position had to
Well, I'll
fire-
tell you how she did it.
No, I don't want to hear from you. I heard. How tough was that when you knew a big name was have to go down?
It's always tough. It's not fun. And 9 times out of 10, it's not
Your idea.
my idea. I just have to execute the plan, literally execute the plan. But it's not a fun thing to do.
Was the whole crew there? The whole Jeff? Was it
No,
just you?
this was just me.
Oh, it was just you.
got-
Oh, what?
no, you
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was working at KGB. I was doing just a
that one.
DJ, and I was plugging Dave Rickards in the morning, and I was having fun. And then I did that for about 2-3 years.
They dropped you
And then-
like John Wayne's hunting.
And then I
partner.
get a phone call from an employee there saying, "Hey, Noreen and Shauna would like to see you. They want to go over some things." And I go, "Oh,
Did
great."
you know? Did you know?
No.
Sucker.
Really?
But it was, you know what? You're not
bringing
in
playbook?
radio. You're not in radio if you don't get blown out. And Shauna blew me out.
Yep.
By the way, no warning, right? There was no like, hey, see you guys next. I'll see you when I see you, little Tommy, down the road. You were done that day.
that
and you went
day?
the next day.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, my cards didn't work, anything.
Yeah. Oh, you tried?
Yeah.
That's important. More importantly, how did he talk you in, or you talk to him? And how did this relationship go?
Well, I got blown out too, everyone. So what comes around goes around. I just, you know what? It was like, what do we want to do next? And I love Dave, and we stayed in touch with one another. And I called him up one day, and I'm like, can we meet for lunch? I have a really crazy idea. And so I just was like, I think I want to try to be in front of the mic this time, and would you want to do it? And he can tell you his feelings on that, and then we kind of just pieced it together from there.
Well, when she said that originally, what were your thoughts?
Worst idea I've ever heard in my life. This is going to be a bomb. But I'm retired. I got nothing to do, so let's get together and have lunch.
Yeah.
And so we did, and I was like, well, that wasn't too bad. And then she said, why don't we get together with Mike and we'll do a test run. And I said, okay, this will prove how terrible this idea is. And it wasn't bad.
Turns out it's not so terrible. Dave Rickards. Shauna Moran, Big Dave, is nowhere near what you guys are doing. On the air, it's on the air. We'll see you in a minute. My goodness, on the air is on the air. Shauna, Dave, Sully, Tommy. Wow. You mentioned Mike.
Yeah.
Is Mike? Is it the Mike Costa that I'm thinking about?
It is Mike Costa.
Mike Costa, the third. How did he rope you guys in? Because
Well,
I'm on there with Mike every day. So is Mary.
It's funny too because I hadn't talked to Mike for years, and then
Well, there's a lot of people who won't talk to
and
Mike.
then,
after.
and then
You're not alone.
He called me up after I got laid off, and then I was like, oh, this might be our third person.
Wow.
Yeah.
Costa's fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you guys know Mike Costa, the sports broadcaster?
Sports podcast.
No?
Crickets.
Let's bring him out.
Smattering.
Yeah.
Smatter.
Great word.
Ladies and gentlemen, co-host of the Big Biz Show, longtime radio personality. Give it up for Mike Costa.
Is this having my baby? From the album Difficult to Strip 2 Hits, Mike Costa.
I've never seen anyone milk it like you did. What the heck? No one has milked a walk-in like that.
Such a tool.
You walked in.
Was that Having My Baby?
It was.
Was it from the K-Tel album Difficult to Strip 2 Hits?
The best of Paul Anka, right?
Featuring
there. Exactly.
The Lion Sleeps Tonight. Can I just say, have you ever heard Mike sing?
Yeah.
Where's the mic? There it is.
You know what's coming.
God
Guys,
dang it.
unrehearsed. I'm not kidding.
Blue Spanish eyes. Teardrops are falling from your Spanish eyes. Please don't cry.
We promise you musical audience.
This is adios and not goodbye.
Thank you. Put you back here.
Disinfect it.
Wow. That's great. That's something
That
else.
was like Elvis 77.
No, that was.
Right before he vaporized.
Is that Engelbert Humperdinck?
Engelbert Humperdinck.
Thank you. 1971.
I think around there, late
Not to be
60s,
confused
early-
with Charlie Rich.
Yeah. Little Quando.
When we
all
get the
sing.
Quando. Really? That's bad, Mike.
So you're the third piece of the puzzle,
I am.
Yeah.
the Dave Rickards podcast.
Yep.
What's it like working for Shauna or being on the air with Shauna and Rickards.
Versus getting fired by Shauna.
Which I've been fired by her too.
You have too?
Yeah, of course.
Who has that?
But mine was because of some pictures I sent some people in the building, so that's another story. No, it's great because she actually gave me my first kind of big start in FM morning radio, and I've always loved.
Was it 100.7?
Oh God, no, I was promotions at 100.7.
Where were you on air?
105.3.
105.3. Oh, Rock 105.
Rock 105.3. I've always loved this guy. In fact, he sent me to the frickin' Olympics with chainsaw in Utah back in 2002. So anyhow, long story short, it became available, and I jumped at the opportunity. Didn't know if it was going to work.
Because you were AM Sports before that.
Yeah. And just sitting here, and it was like we'd done 1,000 episodes before. And we've just kind of kept on doing it.
So was it? So was Was this your idea in the beginning, or was it your idea in the beginning? Or
Shauna.
and what was the premise of the show in the beginning? We're just going to talk. We're just going to bitch about being in the radio business.
That's this show.
Yeah, exactly. No, honestly, I think we just put it together to see what it could become, and it's very different now from what it started out as. It's kind of evolved, and it still is evolving. It's still very brand new.
Yep.
Now, what if someone called you guys and said, "Hey, we have an opening on 100.7"?
As long as it's afternoons, right, Dave?
What radio station? The airport traffic channel.
What if someone called in town and said, "Hey, we want to hire you guys on the air"?
They have. They've called us.
What,
I'm not going that.
is it hard? No.
We're not doing that.
Okay, what if they back up the truck? What if they back up the Loomis truck?
There's no more truck.
Yeah.
There's no more truck. The truck is gone. They had to sell the truck.
Yeah. I remember meeting you when you and I were our first year
Yep.
in radio. I was doing what was called the Big Ass Biz Show.
Yes.
Until they put the kibosh on that, and you were doing
Let's
Mighty
Talk Golf.
Mighty 690, and on Saturday,
Yeah.
right after Let's Talk Hookup,
Yeah.
Mike decides, I think I'll name the show Let's Talk Golf. And much like to get on radio back in the day, you just had to be in the building.
That's all you needed.
And
right.
and didn't you say the top morning shows, including yours and the show, all feature people that used to work at the front desk?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Literally, get in the building.
Like me.
Like me.
That's right.
The opportunity will come.
I mean, here.
I wound carts. Those little 4-track carts.
Yeah. They look like 8-track.
I used to put the tape in there.
Yeah. Mike, I was done with the very popular Big Biz Show, which actually had a signal that reached from Kearney Mesa to the corner of Arrow Drive in Kearney Mesa on AM 1130. And you said, hey, what are you doing? You didn't even know my name.
No, my partner didn't show up, so I
For the Let's Talk Golf
for the Let's
show?
Talk Golf show. So I was nervously pooping peach pits, and I went. I go, hey, do you do anything about golf? And he looks at me like, F you. And I go, no, I really, come on in. So we spent an hour.
It was the greatest hour in radio.
Ripping on just everything.
I don't think we talked about golf.
We didn't talk golf. And then
I think we ripped on Roger Hitchcock.
we probably did. And
How dare you?
I literally, now that I look back on it, I was merely a vehicle to move spots. Who cared about my content? But opportunity came, presented itself to get better on the air.
You and I connected on, and you used to fill in for Rusty, God rest his soul, when he was alive, on Big Biz Show. And we became friends, and you ended up taking Russ's place, and then we added Mary onto the Big Biz Show. But my point I'm saying is that you've been a broadcaster as long as I have. We're going 30 some odd years or better now.
Yeah.
What's the difference because the intangible that, as Dave says, there's no safety net.
Right.
Doing live radio versus taped on a podcast versus being mornings over on the.
I love the freedom that a podcast gives you. I mean, obviously, terrestrial radio, we all know the constraints, and it's just, hey, it's supposed to be 11 minutes. You went 11:03.
Yeah.
You guys got to stick to the clock, man. That type of.
Right.
No one's coming down the hallway screaming at you.
I'll tell you, you put the business hat on for a second. There's more listenership, what they used to call AQH, in podcasting without all those rules.
Oh yeah.
Than there ever was in radio. And what's interesting about that is it makes you go back and think, what if they just led us to Wild Wild West back then, and what would have happened monetarily versus what they thought was happening. I think part of that.
How do you find your podcast?
Shauna is expanding it to YouTube
Yep.
here in a matter of days. Otherwise, it's on Facebook.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
And it's different because your listenership, speaking of, is not just now San Diego. It's around the world, really could be.
They clear the streets in Malta.
Yeah,
when
they
Dave
do. But you know, your content has to be, you don't know where they're listening to. It could be a big city, small town, you don't know where the people are from. So is that you that comes up with all the content?
No, it is a shared effort. Everyone has to bring something to the table. I bring a little bit, I bring a couple extras just in case we slow down. But yeah, we all contribute equally, I'd say.
Mike does.
Well, okay, case
Golf
in point.
talk?
Universally, anybody who doesn't put their shopping cart back in the cart corral
Should be killed.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Immediately erased from Earth.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have thoughts on it.
Or mean to a waiter.
Pretty much.
Okay.
So,
Can I say, is your life, because you do so much now versus just one show, with the little missus who first met Mike on the beach, who thought she was looking at a Czechoslovakian woman, but met what? Is it easier on the home life for you to have more of a varied schedule?
it is because I'm never home, and she's so thankful. She, just get out. Yeah.
I've got another question. Who wants to hear Tommy do a song?
Yeah.
No. The question is, who wants to hear Sully do a song? Let's hear Sully do a song. Gotta do it.
Okay, wait. I will do a song right now.
Yeah.
Unrehearsed.
Do it.
If you agree to do a song today.
Today?
Will you do a song? Because we had Mike do, of course, Blue Spanish Eyes. He walked
even know
into
it was
Having My
coming.
Baby.
You know what?
Okay?
Absolutely.
I'll do a song. We got Darren Gearely coming up later in the program.
Let's do it.
With
Okay.
for the Let It Pride album.
Okay.
Is that right now?
Do it. You do it.
I will do a song.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Sully.
Do not threaten me with a good time. Hi, honey. How are you? I'll do a song right now. You want to do a song next break?
Yes.
Don't know what it's all about, but I have no doubt it's something true. Yeah. Simple, very simple, like a sunny day. I wouldn't give away 1 minute with you. You're the only one that ever knew me at all. Later around and then I left you hanging on the wall. You have always been the one stimulate my mind. When I'm around you, I don't look. I just find. I don't look. I just find. You say, what is mine is yours. Open all the doors and come on inside. Come on. Tell me, are you comfortable? Relax. Is your belly full? Are you feeling? Are you feeling all right? You're the only one that ever moved me on. When I was feeling down, you made me stand up tall. You have always been the one stimulate my mind. When I'm around you, I don't look. I just find. I don't look. Just fine. Come on, Steve. Play me all my favorite songs. I can sing along, yeah. Dance now, let it flow right through. Nothing I would rather do. You're the only one that ever moved me at all. Later on, and then I left you hanging on the wall. You have always been the one stimulate my mind. When I'm around you, I don't look. I just fine. Nacho!
Said I was walking down the street. I met a little girl and she looked so sweet. I say, hey, why you look so sweet? And the girl just a kiss her teeth. Miss, say, girl, I want me do you make you do me that? Come me say, girl, I want me do you make you do me that? Come me say, big and heavy, come me say, big and heavy, and big and heavy, come me say, big and heavy. And you're the only one I never knew at all. Later on and then I left you hanging on the wall. You have always been the one to stimulate my mind. When I'm around you, I don't go. I just fine.
We'll see you guys in a minute. On the air is on the air.
I'm just fine.
What you want, go out and get it now. What you want, go right out and get it now. What you want, right out and get it now. What you want, go right out and get it. Ups and downs and far more than gold. God willing, we will experience more highs than lows. And everybody knows it's like this peaks and valleys on the road. Not always rosy or paved to be brave. The elements to engrave, but loving the pages of time. It's amazing to find. It's so late cause I found mine. Cats can dish if they wish, but they secretly fish to catch them at not yet met. Using the raw not yet. What you want, go out and get it now. What you want, go right out and get it now. What you want, go right out and get it now. What you want, right out and get it now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Burt-Godwin, we got Mike Costa, we got the legendary Dave Rickards, Shauna Moran-Brown, coming up, Darren Gearely. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, and look at this live studio audience today. Thank you guys for coming out. Points if you'd like to be a part of the audience, Mary.
You gotta email me, audience@Loft100 Studios. No, audience, yeah. Audience at Loft100. I forgot what it is.
Nailed it.
What is it again?
Audience@Loft100Studios.com.
What is it again?
Audience@Loft100Studios.com.
URL.
Yeah.
Yeah,
URL.
What is it?
URL.
God,
I saw that.
even before that, go to your Netscape browser.
Exactly.
And, coming up
face.
next break, we've got our good friends from Darren Gearely right
Yes.
there in the corner. Boys, good to have you on. An all-music show. And before we get to your song, I want to talk business,
Yes.
lady.
All right, let's go.
You're multifaceted. Tommy told me about this thing, the other thing, and the other thing by the thing.
How did you get started with charcuterie?
So it happened during COVID. I kind of did a side hustle because we weren't super busy at the radio station, and shockingly,
I sold weed.
yeah.
And I bought it.
So I started a side business, and it took off quicker and bigger than I thought it was
You're
going
in
to
the
be.
cured meats business.
Yeah.
My sister was one of your clients.
She was my
top
favorite
client.
client. I loved her.
Good payer?
And I love her still. Yeah.
Is it charcuterie or charcuterie or
Charcuterie.
charcuterie? All right.
But I'm probably saying it wrong. I just know how to make it. I don't know how to say it.
Do you have a business? Like you order? Like where is this?
So yeah, so we, my partner and I, Sabila, after I got laid off, and she was in education, and she's like, I'm done. We decided to take what I was doing and make it official, and so we do have a brick and mortar that's going to be opening up early spring,
And it's
we'll be
called?
doing catering. It's called All Aboard.
All aboard. Ooh.
Love it.
Hey, see,
Get
to get there at the board. Did Costa give you
Where is
that?
it? Where's it going to be?
It is in Shelter Island.
Oh.
Just right off of Shelter Island Drive. So yeah.
And is it custom ordered or stuff that's
Yeah.
already made up or?
We'll be doing a little bit of both. So we're starting out with catering, where you can do boards, grazing tables. We also have these
Grazing table.
We
Mike,
also have,
familiar?
Yeah. We also have these cool charcuterie carts where they're interactive. You can have servers come out and build your own charcuterie
Too bad
cart
you
at
didn't
your
bring
park.
one.
I know.
Oh, wait, Tommy.
Wait a second.
Oh, wait.
We didn't
Do we have
do that.
charcuterie walk-in music? Can we come up with something, please? Anything. I'll take Blue Spanish Eyes. Is Sabila here? Ladies and gentlemen. The shark carts.
Yes.
Come on. Just set that right here, Sabila. Give Sabila a hand here.
I love charcuterie. I want this. Thank you. Just dive in. Look at that.
Thank you, Sabila.
Can you theme them out? Like,
Can I?
if someone's having a Super Bowl party,
Dude,
can you
Absolutely.
make the colors of the teams and do that whole thing?
Absolutely.
Do you know
Yeah.
Do you know Mike
Save
calls?
some for us.
Do you know Mike calls this? Tuesday.
You know you can do a
want one of these
charcuterie
nuts.
podcast.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Can I?
Talking meat.
Yeah.
It's hard to make them look good.
Let's
I've
talk
tried to
meat.
do this, and you can't. It's not easy. It looks
Right.
easy, but it's actually there's an art to it.
Yeah.
If
yeah,
I wanted,
yeah.
if I wanted to order a charcuterie for my good friend Mike Costa,
Yes.
and I knew he liked Funyuns, Bacon Bits, and mayo,
Nice.
I actually
and
have,
actually meats that are dusted in Funyun dust. He's tearing up now. He's like,
I actually have done a charcuterie board like that
With Funyuns?
with Funyuns and little.
don't talk dirty on this program. Come on.
Well, threaten me with a good time. Sure, that's awesome.
Ritz crackers with, the
Hell yeah.
Cheese whiz.
cheese on it. Yeah.
Mike, can I introduce you to some fruit? No.
So I got a question.
Go back to that.
When you go to the grocery store, what's the difference between going now and then from 2020? Has things rised? Is like inflation playing a big part of all this?
Absolutely. Yeah, everything has gone up for sure.
I heard pickles it's the only product that doesn't go up.
Oh.
Stayed
Well,
the same.
pickleball has.
Yeah.
I got one more question. Who wants to hear Tommy do a song?
No, you know what?
While we enjoy the sumptuous
First of all,
Shauna Moran-Brown.
I'm not a singer. I'm not a singer like Sully and everyone and Darren Gearely. But if you all can get on your feet and drown me out, I will do the song.
Oh, this is how you seat them? Okay, everybody up and start clapping.
Everybody up. Let's do this. Make some noise. Yeah.
What goes up must come down. Spinning wheel, got to go round. Talking about your troubles, it's a crying sin. Ride a painted pony, let the spinning wheel spin. You got no money, you got no home. Spinning wheel, all alone. Talking about your troubles and you never learn. Ride a painted pony, let the spinning wheel turn. Did you find your directing sign on a straight and narrow highway? Would you mind a reflecting sign? Just let it shine within your mind and show you the colors that are real. Someone is waiting just for you. Spinning wheel, spinning true. Drop all your troubles by the riverside. Catch a painted pony on the spinning wheel ride.
Coming up after the break, we got Darren Gearely.
Ladies and gentlemen, with their song Ain't My Sound, let's give it up for Darren Gearely.
Well, I tried to ride a waiting line to grease your arms to get you to see. Let him ride about broke down trucks, red solo cups and double shots of whiskey. It's hard to make ground in this funky little town, at least enough to get ahead. Well, I don't mind telling all junk stories about nights that never end. This road has been so damn long. I'm lying in bed every night trying to find that song. And I tried to fit in between those lines, but it ain't my sound. Ain't my sound, no, it ain't my sound. No. They say to stay in your lane to make it easy to sing to the melody. But I got all kinds of half-friend lines all the way from soul in the country. I got rhythm and blues, jazz and blues, pocket rock in my blood. But I don't know where I know, I don't know where I know, I don't know where I'm going. This road has been so damn long. I'm staring a hole in the wall, trying to find that song. And I tried to fill in between those lines, but it ain't my sound. Ain't my sound, no, it ain't my sound. This road has been so damn long. I'm lying in bed every night trying to find that song I'm on. And I tried to fit in between those lines, but it ain't my sound. Ain't my sound, no, it ain't my sound. Ain't my sound, gotta stand my ground. No, it ain't my sound.
On the air's on the air. What a show. Here we go. Darren Gearely, ladies and gentlemen.
Love those guys.
Before I let you promote their gig,
Yeah.
guys, 1 second. I just want you to all take a look at the decimation that Mike Costa has done here.
Look at the brie.
It's so freaking good. Oh, so good.
Pretty sure it's not supposed to be eaten like a sandwich.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
It's called a brie pop.
Yeah, that's
My
good.
new business.
Yeah, brie pop.
Did you just
Brie
take a
pops.
huge bite of that?
Hey, Darren Gearely, so you got a gig coming?
Yeah, they're playing January 31st at the Music Box.
Hey.
You got it.
Right.
January 31st, Music Box. We're playing with the St. Cecilia. It's going to be a great night, and it's going to commemorate our new record release called Let It Ride, which
There we go.
Sully's
Hey.
got in his hand.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, we just pressed a vinyl for the first time, so those are our first batch of vinyls that we've ever produced. They're going to be
Nice.
available for sale. There's only 200 of them, so.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I've got a question. Wasn't that the old anthology music?
Correct. Yeah, same venue.
Okay, are you with me that is one of the best sound systems in San Diego?
It's amazing. Yeah,
It's-
we love
I
it.
mean,
There's
if you've
huge
not
screen
been there.
behind it. The green room is awesome. The crowd's amazing. So, yeah, it's going to be
But the
good
green
fun.
room. Tell us about the green room. No, listen. All right. Well, they're going to take us out with another song. Before we do that, want to thank you guys, Mike Costa, and of course Dave Rickards, and of course the all-about charcuterie and provisions lady, Shauna Moran-Brown. When are you opening?
We are opening early spring. We're still working on permits and all that good stuff. So they can follow us on our Instagram at All Aboard San Diego.
Okay, all aboard San Diego. And then when you open, when you open,
Yes.
the week you open,
Yes.
you're coming on the air here.
Yes.
I
We're gonna
love
promote it.
We will.
Okay.
We'll bring our charcuterie carts and
I want a
feed the audience.
Funyuns, Bako bits,
Mike
and mayo.
can't be invited that day.
Yeah, no,
He's not
it's
allowed
not
to
like,
be in the room.
like literally, you could have shared with people.
They got some orange slices. All the fruit left over.
The fig jam.
Yeah, true.
And I want to say this about Mr. Rickards. It's always good to see you. I've been a fan of yours since the 80s and 90s, and you're a big deal. When I see you, it's like seeing a hero.
Your competition, the guy you wanted to kill.
You're a hero of mine, and I just want to say thank you for always
Tommy.
being here.
And thank you for letting us do our podcast here at loft100studios.com under your umbrella.
Well, listen, you're doing us a favor because when you have a business, you know how all these sports brands are made. They get an influencer, and Dave, there's no bigger influencer in radio and talk radio than you. Thanks for that. And Costa. It's been fun for 30 some odd years, you and I going through this
Every day's a blast.
as unknowns through this thing. And now
Well, we both got in it because we didn't want to have to work for a living, right?
that's exactly right.
Boom, right there.
So, of course, where can you be seen every day?
Dave Rickards podcast at the Big Biz Show.
No? We got something new coming up. You want to
We
talk
got
about?
something coming up. We're launching a brand new business of sports television show under this beautiful Loft 100 umbrella in a couple of weeks too. So lots of doing.
Can we talk about your book real quick before we get out of here?
Yes, we can.
What is the name of the book?
Big Blue Lou. It's a children's book I've written about a rhinoceros. That was
Excuse me. Big Blue Lou,
Yes,
about a rhinoceros.
about a rhinoceros.
Is there a brand with a blue rhinoceros? Is it Blue Rhino
Yeah.
a propane brand?
Right.
Okay,
But
I'd like to put a disclaimer on the screen right this second that you're writing a children's book using a corporate multi-million-dollar logo.
No. Blue Rhino propane was not. He was born the right color, so he has nothing to bitch about. Big Blue Lou. Wasn't born the right color. So that's my children's book. It's
Hashtag
done.
slow-moving train wreck.
Oh, it's going to be awesome.
No, so what's the story about?
It's about a big blue rhinoceros that is born the wrong color, and he is told to scat from his normal herd of rhinos.
I don't think it was a scat, Mike. I think it was a cease and desist letter.
And he goes throughout the jungles in Africa finding other animals that were also born the wrong color. And he finally ends up on a game preserve living the rest of his life.
In all seriousness, this is great because this is something that's been in your head for a long time. And I'm proud of you
years.
for pulling the trigger. And
Thank
what
you.
made you pull the trigger to do it?
Just that, either or get off the pot.
Yeah.
And I
Well, it says you were big in the 80s and now you're big in your 80.
pretty much.
I mean, listen, we got like 20 good summers left.
I know. But it was.
And then 5 bad ones after
Are you
that.
illustrating it? Who's illustrating it?
I'm looking for an illustrator, but I've got it storyboarded. I've got it ready to go.
I have an illustrator for you, and she'll donate her time.
Love it.
Mary
Perfect.
Mary Burt-Godwin.
Thank you, Mary.
Stick figures.
All right.
You're the best.
Stick
If
figure
I may,
rhino.
I'd like to introduce Darren Greatly. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Liam, Patrick, Braden, Brendan, and Jeffrey.
Hey.
Darren Greatly.
We'll see y'all next weekend. Take it away, boys.
Get back up, people. Come on. 40 days and 40 nights. Be struggling to fight. I want to take me over to the other side. Got to try. Wanna lose it right. No going back now. Trying to lose my mind. See where it goes. Lose it right. Full on breakdown. How can I? Do 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 do. Let it ride. Do 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 do. Let it ride. See things about myself that I never liked. Little white lies. Letting go of all this inside my head.